Welcome to the KDDP YouTube channel, your inside scoop at everything Kulwicki driver development program related. I'm Casey Campbell. Of course, we are joined by our 2022 KDDP champion, Dylan Zampa. His season was actually supposed to start this weekend, but it was pushed back to March 16th at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway because of weather in the area. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on again.
First off, kind of recap your 2023 season and how it went for you.
Yeah, we came into the 2023 season looking to run a super late, and we found a ride earlier in the 2022 season with the three races in the super, and our car owner liked the way we were doing things, and he wanted to give us a shot, so he gave us a brand new car in the beginning of the season, and we kind of just joined the Southwest Tour Series on the West Coast and decided to run a full season after the first race. And we had our ups and downs for sure throughout the season. There were some hard races and there were some races where came out with a win. We came out with two wins that season and a lot of top fives, a lot of top tens. We ended up third in the points with the Rookie of the Year also. So it was a really good first year for us, and we're looking forward to running a new series this year and as well running the Southwest Tour in the Super again.
Okay, so you are going to run. So let's talk about your 2024 plans. You kind of just mentioned them a little bit, but you're running the Southwest Tour again in the super late model, but you're also going to be part of this brand new Cars Tour West. Of course, that was created by the new Cars Tour ownership. But what's that going to be like participating in this new brand new series out on the West Coast? What does that mean to? I know the West Coast has a really big contingency of racers out there. What is it going to be like competing against all these guys that you compete with every single week?
Yeah, I feel like it's not going to be a whole lot different racing wise. I mean, I know Cars Tour has a little bit different rules and rules package for the cars, so I mean, it's not a whole lot different. So we don't really have to change a bunch of stuff, which is nice. But it's going to be racing pretty much the same people that I've raced with the last couple of years. So, I kind of already know how people drive and what we need to do as a team and as a driver on the track and off the track to prepare for every single weekend. Luckily, we've been to every single of these tracks, so we already have a really good baseline. We got back from a test, 2 weekends ago, and we were really quick. So we kind of left off right where we were when we ran the pro car last. So, but no, I'm super excited. It's going to be 100 laps at Kern, which is a long time. Even 60 lap races there, I felt like they took forever. So 100 laps is just going to be about pacing yourself, saving your tires. That track is really abusive on the tires. So just saving your stuff and being there right at the end is going to be key in that race.
What intrigued you about this series? Like, why are you? What made you decide to go run Cars Tour West?
Yeah, I've been I told my dad all last year, I was like, man, I want to get back in a pro car. Like just watching all the pro races last year, they were always really good racing. And, I was like, man, I just want to race more. And, we always had opportunities to do it, but my dad always wanted to just stick to the super and, get as much knowledge as we can for the super because we didn't know a whole lot about them. But this year we're gonna attempt to run both series. So, once the series got announced, I was like, that's like super cool for the West Coast. West Coast needed something like that. The racing was slowly falling off on the West Coast, and Tim Huddleston and Kevin Harvick and Dale Earnhardt and the whole Cars Tour, they came together and put a plan together to get the Cars Tour out here, and they did it. And so far, it's looking like it's going to be a really good first race.
Yeah, you'll have to wait a little bit to get to it. Of course, March 16th at Kern will be the first Cars Tour West race. But you look at the schedule and you just a bunch of new track, but bunch of tracks that you're used to running out of the West Coast and whatever that you've probably ran there at some point or another. Is there any races that as a tracks on the schedule that you haven't ran?
I've only ran Vegas twice in my late model career, and both times we've ran really well in practice and qualifying, and then we have a second place finish and like a seventh or an eighth place finish. So not the finishes that I want to see. I want to see wins and a I want to see a lot of success. And we, as a team and a family owned operation, we have all of that, in a pro car and in the super. We have, what it takes to win. And, we've done a lot of research this off season, talked to a lot of people, made a lot of adjustments to our cars. And at the test, our car showed that it has winning speed, practice, race trim, everything that you could need in a race car, and it's got it. So, um, but we're just looking forward to getting racing. We were supposed to race our first race in February. That got rained out. And then this March 9th race just got canceled. And, the rain over on the West Coast isn't looking too good for the next couple of months. So, I mean, we're just hoping we can get some races in. That's what we need.
Yeah, for sure. So going back to this the last few years that you've had, this is the first all-time video for the KDDP YouTube channel. Um, of course, what was during this time, this is usually where we are in the process of figuring out who the seven finalists are. Um, what did it mean for you to be in that program and to win it? Of course, you were in the program for 2 years. What did you take from the first year to the second year and all that?
Well, in the first year, we kind of didn't know exactly what we needed to do. We saw Luke start off strong, just firing away on all cylinders. Was racing like twice or three times in a week or something, and he was just killing it. And we saw him doing a lot of community service, and then I slowly started to just get into a rhythm. Once or twice a week was going to the food bank, trying to race as much as possible on the West Coast, and trying to go to the Ronald McDonald House, go to food banks outside of our town. And we started to pick up a lot of speed, and I felt like we were starting to catch back up to him in points wise. But we ended up just falling short just a little bit. But I was super determined for the next year. I was like, I'm applying again. And we got back in, and just right out of the gate, just started firing away: social media, community service, racing, just putting all the pieces like a puzzle together. And at the end of it, the puzzle was finished. We came out with the award, and it was a great season for us too. We won a lot of races. Um, had a lot of great memories as a family-owned team, which is what I like to see. Learned a lot, and just being in the program is just such a special memory to have, of a whole year of you just being under Alan Kulwicki's name, his number, the colors. Just you get to win, you get a win, you get to do a Polish victory lap. And every time I scroll through Facebook memories, and I see pictures of me going backwards, I'm like, man, those were the good times, and I really miss being in the program. And if I could be in it again, I would apply again.
Okay, so obviously we have 15 drivers going for the seven spots. You've been in this position a couple times. What advice would you have for them to possibly join to be the ninth winner of the Kulwicki Cup?
Yeah, when I was a semifinalist, before getting picked as a finalist, I just remember that whole week leading up to my phone call, I was just so nervous. I just kept thinking to myself, what am I going to say? You know, what questions are going to get asked? And from the 2021 to the 2022, they were completely different questions. So, the only advice I have to give to all those 15 drivers is just to be yourself. Don't try to give an answer that you don't know, or you're gonna try to like take it too far. Just answer what you know. Be honest with the board members. Just be yourself again, and make sure you look up stuff about Alan. Learn as much as you can before the phone call. Just learn everything you can about him. Once you start looking into Alan, you kind of don't stop looking into him. You just kind of want to learn more and more. And there's some things that you find out that you and him have in common, and that's good stuff to use on the phone call. Just being able to find stuff about Alan and you that combine are really well to use. So that's the advice I could give is just to do research about him and just be yourself in the phone call.
These guys do Zoom calls now. I know you did a phone call before that, but we've recently changed to doing Zoom calls now. So that it's been pretty fun to be part of those. So to kind of talk about what is this you're always going to be attached to Alan, to this program, everything like that. What does that all mean, to you as you continue your racing career, as you continue to fly Allen's colors for the rest of your career?
Yeah, I still have the Kulwicki Cup champion sticker on my car. Each car I race, I slap one on it. Just want to represent what I've accomplished in my 2 years of being in the program. I still run the AK Racing sticker on my windows. Each car I race, I put one of those on. Also, I'm always part of AK Racing for the rest of my racing career. That I'm always going to be part of the program. It's amazing. The program did a lot for me and my family. It did a lot for me personally as a human being. It made me grow bigger than I ever was, and it just showed me the way that I needed to be showed to get to the point to where I am right now.
Awesome. Um, all right. Well, Dylan, thanks for spending some time with us, and we'll catch up with you maybe at the midway point of your season. How about that?
All right, that sounds good to me.
All right. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all of the KDDP content on here.